Hello people, this is Clown300. Welcome back to another poorly made diss track. I don't know if you've heard about this, but right now there's a huge beef going on in the rap genre. I'm not talking about Kendrick versus Drake, and I'm not talking about Quavo versus Chris Brown either. By the way, did you know that Chris Brown had a line in this diss track where he talked about Quavo beating his girl in an elevator? Yeah, because that's not hypocritical. My bad, that's not related. The beef that I'm talking about is the one between Eminem and the entirety of Gen Z. And this isn't like one of those meme videos where it's like Eminem versus irritable bowel syndrome.
Epic rap battles of his Eminem. IBS. Begin. My name is Eminem and I like to rap.
This is a totally legit beef going on right now. You might be wondering, where am I getting this information from? I'm in Gen Z and I never signed up for the draft for the war against Eminem. Old people on fucking TikTok. If you've been on TikTok these past few weeks, then you might have seen some videos from millennials or Gen Xers, I don't know what you'd call them, where they're all ecstatic about the fact that Gen Z, as hard as they may try, cannot cancel Eminem. This entire beef started all because Eminem dropped a new song called Houdini. I don't know if you've heard it yet. I mean, it's a popular song on TikTok right now. I think it's decent. I mean, it's not special, but I mean, it's not that bad. But before it dropped, the millennials on TikTok made it sound like he was about to go on a killing spree or something. Realizing Eminem's new album, The Death of Slim Shady, is going to be the most offensive thing he ever wrote, and we as a society will be who killed Slim Shady because of cancel culture. So even before I heard the song, I saw this, and I was like, damn, what kind of things is Eminem saying on this track? Because the way this guy was talking about it made it sound like he was saying some Master Oogway type shit. Talking about Adolf as his friend, telling women to stay in the kitchen, saying some racist shit about some endangered language. But then I actually listened to the song and you will not believe how disappointing it was. Again, with the way this idiot was talking about it, I was expecting him to drop at least a couple hard R's in the song. But literally the most offensive thing that he said, if you can even call it that, provocative, is that a good word for it? I don't know. My transgender cat's Siamese, identifies as black, but acts Chinese.
What the f does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
Like, I don't think the song's that bad, but like, what the hell does that even mean? The only other line that I can think of that's slightly offensive is this other line about Megan Thee Stallion getting shot. If I was to ask Megan Thee Stallion if she would collab with me, would I really have a shot at a feat? And even then, who's that really offending? Like, Megan? Her fans? That one lady from the Gayborhood video?
This is the Gayborhood, and you are not welcome.
That's why I need to be here.
So with all that in mind, imagine my confusion when I went on TikTok and I found out that millennials and Gen X think that Gen Z is trying to cancel Eminem. Apparently, Gen Z is deeply offended by Eminem's new song, Houdini. As a millennial, I've been waiting 20 years for this. If this song has offended you, go listen to Kim by Slim Shady, then come back to me. Most of the critiques that I've seen for Houdini only say that it's just not good. As in, it's corny or it's just not a good song. Let me ask you, what is it that you've been waiting 20 years for? Don't tell me you've been waiting this long just so you could be like, ah, finally, it's my time to shine. Hey kids, I wasn't offended by Kim. Ooh.
Okay, a lot of you are coming on here tonight and you're wondering what the heck is going on TikTok. You see Eminem all over the place. It seems like all the generations were fighting. So I decided I'm going to summarize it for all of you so you don't have to watch the videos to understand what's going on.
Oh, well, thank you for summarizing everything. I mean, as a matter of fact, you don't even got to watch my video anymore. I'm sure you totally explained everything properly.
Basically, Eminem put out a new song, Houdini, and Gen Z is going wild over it. Gen X and the millennials are going wild over it, but for different reasons. Gen Z is going wild over it because they're really upset about all the lyrics.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass.
They think that's really offensive, while Gen X and the millennials are actually really happy about it because they're reminiscing, and also they feel like Eminem's their new hero because he is canceling cancel culture. And they think that's long overdue because they feel like they've been bullied to not speak their minds here on TikTok and in general because Gen Z wasn't allowing it. That basically sums it up.
For the majority of the internet, millennials and Gen Xers have been the most popular creators. But now that the people who grew up with the internet are smart enough to make a platform for themselves, it's like you just can't handle it. You people just can't handle the fact that younger people make fun of your doggo pupper language. That's all I'm gonna show for that video. She goes on to talk for like a minute about some dumb shit, basically along the lines of millennials were empowering Gen Z to make changes but it wasn't the changes they were expecting.
But I also noticed that Gen X was always looking to Gen Z, holding them and enabling them and saying, you guys go, we're really going to take down the boomers, you're going to put them in their place, we never could, but you guys are going to do it. I was always wondering, like, why is Gen X telling Gen Z that they're teaching them things, or they're doing things right, and why are the millennials looking up to Gen Z? That always seemed like it was going on. Because maybe they were impressed by their passion, by how they were speaking up and taking initiative and trying to make changes, but I don't think they realized the changes that they were trying to make were not necessarily the changes that Gen X and millennials agreed with.
Yeah, because screw affordable housing and fair pay. Our main focus is trying to get Eminem off the internet. Yup, you're right. You're so smart. This is why you're a doctor, am I right? Gen Z, cancel Eminem. Gen X, good luck. Glad to see the bitch from the Fine Bros is still alive. I didn't mean to call her a bitch. Okay, you know what? My bad. Let's move on. Gen Z's son asking me why I'm not offended by Eminem's new song, and I introduced him to the Slim Shady I heard growing up. Bruh, B is so fucking for real right now. Your son didn't say that. This is almost as bad as that Ruth Conda Forever tweet. You people ever seen that shit? Just told my daughter about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She had tears in her eyes. And then she did the Wakanda pose and said, hashtag Ruth Conda Forever, which is sort of the pop culture crossover that I can celebrate. I hate that tweet so much, but let's get back to this dude's TikTok. In case you people didn't know, the youngest person born in Gen Z was born in 2012, the same year Gangnam Style came out. Which means that the absolute youngest a person born in 2012 can be is 11 years old. I refuse to believe that any 11-year-old at the time of me recording would ask their dad if a song like Houdini offended them. And even if your son did ask you that, what's that say about the way you're raising him? Because what kid is gonna ask that unprovoked unless he learned it from his parents? Am I looking too deep into this? Yes, maybe. Don't post obviously fake stupid shit online if you're not ready for people like me trying to call it out.
But not only that, I guess Gen Z is mad about his new song, Houdini. Can somebody go tell Gen Z to go listen to his song, Kim, and then come back and listen to Houdini? Because I swear, I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing. Like, these small children and younger youth don't understand.
I'm sorry, small children? The oldest person who's considered Gen Z is 27 years old right now. Most of Gen Z right now is either young adults or teenagers. So I don't know what's worse, either you trying to beef with young adults and teenagers, which basically makes you a stereotypical old person, or you beefing with small children. In the caption she says, heh, great, now 2 beasts are awake. What beasts? Are you talking about you and your stomach? I know for a fact you got excited when Eminem started a fast food joint.
Eminem released a new song called Houdini, and some Gen Z, the youth, are a little miffed, a little offended. And that's fair, you know, they didn't get to experience Slim Shady, you know. Go, if you're Gen Z, go listen to Kim by Eminem. And then Houdini is gonna sound like, you know, My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. Do you know what I mean? I would listen to Kim by Eminem in the car with my parents. Anyways, if you're a young person and you think Houdini is rough, no. Go put Kim on during your family dinner. All right, see ya.
First of all, I'm a huge fan of your work, Jim Carrey. I look forward to seeing you in Sonic 3. But is Kim the only song that you people know? Also, let's be real for a minute. What kind of social latency do you gotta have to play a song like Kim at the dinner table? Especially with your family. Like, I'd understand if you were with some friends hanging out, having a good time. But what socially competent person is gonna play a song like Kim around their parents? I don't even like to curse in front of my parents. What makes you think I'm gonna play a song like 10 Freaky Girls by 21 Savage around them? And before someone says that I'm just nitpicking accounts that have like 10 followers, I'm not. Because that video that I just played had 600,000 likes. You know what, let me check what is that right now. Oh, never mind, I'm sorry, I lied. It's at 677,000 likes now, when Slim Shady comes back to hurt the feelings of an entire offended generation. I want to remind you that the most offensive thing in that song was that line about the transgender cat. And these people are out here saying that it's offending an entire generation. To the one person that got offended by that, please, go get help. Oh wait, I'm not talking to anybody because that person doesn't fucking exist. Seriously, you're not talking to anybody with these videos, you're just making someone up to get mad at. Oh, and she left a comment on her video in response to all the comments she was getting. Friends, boomers to Gen Alpha. In the caption in the video, it never states Gen Z. It doesn't even list a specific generation. If you accept it as your generation, then that is all there is to it. If you don't shut your You know what you were implying with that caption. Don't act stupid like you didn't know what you were doing. Younger generations are out here getting heated. Meanwhile, millennials are just vibing to sweet nostalgia. Do you see what I mean? Like, these people are delusional. They're fighting with air, and they're losing somehow. Before we move on, though, like, I want to ask you, do you remember that person from that video that I just showed? I'm gonna play it again and try to see if you can recognize her. Okay, so if you don't know who that is, let me tell you. Back in 2021, Eminem dropped an album or a single or something. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was that song that goes, "I can make orange rhyme with banana." Banana. It's a real line, by the way. Either way, it's just like what's happening right now. Nobody's trying to cancel anybody. Except the difference between then and now is that these old-ass nerds were making unironic diss tracks against Gen Z. And the most popular one that I could find was made by that woman. It's a whole 30 seconds long, and up until recently, I haven't been able to watch it all the way through. But lucky for you, you get to watch it all the way through. It's the absolute epitome of the word cringe. You think the videos that you made in 2017 were bad? Do not worry, it cannot, and I mean cannot be worse than this video.
What? Gen Z's trying to what? Cancel Eminem. Gen Z's trying to cancel Eminem? Honey, that's cute. Listen, little kitties, let me make this quite clear. This man was around even before you were here. So what, you're all mad because the man was a lyricist while all your rappers are mumbling gibberish? No, go ahead and shut your mouth. Better yet, go and sit your ass in time out because boy was running laps even before you could walk. Hell, boy was spitting balls even before you could talk. So no, afraid you're null and void, dear. I'm afraid your opinion don't matter here because one day you'll grow up and see how everyone went and forgot about Z.
Apart from the obvious cringe, that song is so ass for this track. Some of the lines were just not good, to say the least. Then that corny ass intro where she's like, "What? Huh? What'd you say? Huh?
What?
To be fair though, considering her age, she's probably hard of hearing. Oh, and the way she had to stretch her syllables. Did you notice that? She had to talk like this to make it fit the rhyme scheme. Worry not, my brother, whatever you are. Because if you didn't like that, we still have one more diss track to look at. This one's got copyrighted beats, so I've taken the time to remove the music from the audio. You're not missing out on much though, because she was so incredibly offbeat, and it probably sounds better without it.
Now listen up, Gen Z, because I've had enough of it. This whole cancel culture. Damn, y'all are so sensitive. At first I ignored it, but now you crossed the line by going after a very dear friend of mine. You want to cancel Eminem because he's too aggressive and mean. Your feelings are hurt. You wish his lyrics were more clean. How dare he openly speak about such violent things like murdering his wife? Now we're all arguing about whether or not to play his music on air. This generation thinks they control what's not theirs, trying to cancel what you weren't around for in the first place. How about instead you just learn to embrace? Eminem's a lyricist. He paved the way for your favorite rappers to say what they could say today. If you can understand them, that is, I don't have a clue. Maybe that's the difference between millennials and you. You can't get offended by what someone's saying when they're mumbling and stumbling over the words, and it's crumbling to think a generation that's so open-minded can't appreciate this and put the past behind them.
Same problem with the last diss track. Like, why do you stretch out your lyrics like that? Fucking Mr. Fantastic doesn't stretch as far as you do with your syllables. By the way, guess how many likes that TikTok has? 800,000. If you ever need to prove that anybody can blow up on TikTok, there you go. Cause how the hell did this whack-ass offbeat diss track break double-digit likes? I want to focus on one of the lines in the song that caught my attention. It's that line about mumble rap or whatever. You want to talk about mumble rap as if Eminem didn't inspire a bunch of wannabes that only say things like skibbity hippity flippity dippity. And let me give you an example of one. You people ever heard of Luke Gone? I'm gonna call him out right now because I freaking hate this dude's music. He has a song called Death to Mumble Rap. I can't play it here, but I'll put up a card so you people can listen to it if you want to. In a song called Death to Mumble Rap, where he makes fun of rappers who slur their words to the point where you can't understand them, he raps so fast to the point where you can't understand him. Let me read you some of the lyrics to the song in case you don't want to hear it. Remember, he's saying this shit in double time. I'm probably making a song for Kim Jong, so Ching Chong, kiddies sing along as I'm ripping a pad the quickest, yeah. When I'm picking apart the rap and I put the pen to pad, and Peter Piper picking a pickled pepper Peter. I picked it next, I figured that I'm doing this straight, just shitting tracks at mumble rap. I can't imagine why there's no genius interview for this song. It's like that one meme, you guys ever see that video of the guys making like a weird noise and then it's just Baconator?
I'm like a ham on Baconator.
So this entire thing had me wondering, why do these people think that Gen Z is trying to cancel Eminem? Because it can't be for any other reason besides that millennials just hate us for no reason, right? And then as I was looking for videos to talk about, I found a bunch of videos like this. Please watch this video and let me know, is the guy being for real or is he just joking?
Hello, TikTok. I am speaking for all the Gen Z on this platform. We are canceling Eminem.
If you said that video was a joke, congratulations. You are smarter than a large part of an entire generation. There's a lot of videos just like this one that I just showed. They're all very clearly satire, but millennials think it's dead serious.
Hello, TikTok. I am speaking for all the Gen Z on this platform. We are canceling Eminem.
Wait, what? You're gonna cancel Eminem, Marshall Mathers, Slim Shady. Oh, you poor deluded child.
You see what I mean? He's trying to act like all high and mighty, like, you deluded child. One does not simply cancel Marshall Mathers.
If you're gonna go after Eminem, I've got one tip for you. You best bring kryptonite, because that motherfucker is bulletproof. Now, back to the short bus. They have juice.
Oh, nice little insult at the end. He's like, Eminem is bulletproof, by the way, you're retarded. Like, was that really necessary? Also, who are you to call someone mentally challenged when you can't even spot an obvious joke? And here's another thing, as far as I remember, back when the internet was mainly millennials and Gen Xers, all they ever did was get offended over nothing. I know you know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm talking about the people like that woman who was like, this is why I hate video games, because they appeal to the male fantasy.
I wrote a blog post a while ago about why I f***ing hate video games, because this is what it does. It appeals to like the male fantasy.
Or how about this? You guys remember manspreading? That thing that guys do to not crush their balls when they're sitting down? Because I remember it. And I remember more specifically, millennials trying to make a big deal about it.
Manspreading is when a man spreads his physical body to take up as much space as humanly possible.
They saw people trying to sit down comfortably, and they were like, alright, now this is an Avengers level threat. I honestly feel bad for all the normal Eminem fans who just enjoy this song like a normal person. And I also feel bad for the millennials that aren't like these people. It's just that these people make up a vocal majority of the millennials online. And they're doing the same thing that they did with things like Harry Potter, like Star Wars, like Disney. They're making it corny and hard to enjoy without being associated with them. I'm not saying you can't enjoy things just because a lot of people online are being embarrassing about it. But the thought of it lingers, you know? In all seriousness though, guys, schizophrenia it's a very real disease. So if you or a loved one are suffering from delusions as bad as these people, please call a doctor and schedule an appointment. And if you can't afford to go to the doctor, visit facebook.com/Steve Harvey. That's all I gotta say for this video though, so hopefully you enjoyed getting mad at some old people. If you did, smash like or leave a comment. Quick announcement to make, I now have channel memberships. It's 99 cents and it gives you an icon next to your name when you comment. This is only if you want to support the channel or if you want to help me buy a Kania combo by the end of the month. It's not obligatory, you don't have to. Like I said, it's really only if you want to support the channel. I'm not trying to be like those BuzzFeed guys that put all their content behind a paywall. That is all though, so take care of yourself and acknowledge me. Goodbye.